Good afternoon. Um, this is my friend Jordan. He plays baseball at Rutgers University, and I chose him because I felt like he was a good fit for the project. He has a lot of experience in baseball. He's been playing pretty much his whole entire life, and I feel like he would have good things to say. So, without further ado, we're gonna get started. Um, I concise a few questions to ask him, so I'm gonna get started. So Jordan, how did you get started in baseball, and what role did things like travel ball and showcases play into you getting noticed by Rutgers?
So I started playing baseball when I was 3,
If you don't mind,
and
just go through your whole baseball career, like from the start, and then we'll get into the Rutgers stuff after, because this is where you ended up
I
now. So we'll go with how
so
you got
I
started.
started playing baseball when I was 3. My dad played, my brother played, so I started playing because of them. Played basically every summer, every fall, every spring for my whole entire life. Played all through middle school locally, and then once I got to high school, I started traveling around the country, Georgia, Florida, to get noticed by colleges and play better competition. And then out of high school, we actually committed together to Longwood University of Virginia. We played high school ball together, and then we went there together. And for me, it just didn't work out. I ended up coming home playing Division II ball in New Jersey at Felician University. I had 2 good years there.
And
Went to fairly.
could you expand a little? Could you talk a little bit about the difference between playing at the Division II level and the difference between playing at the Division I level?
Yeah, yeah. So playing at Division I, it's kind of so especially at Longwood and here at Rutgers, we kind of had a lot of resources to help us get better. Opposed to like when I was at a D2, I kind of had to do it by myself. Really, there wasn't much structure in our nutrition and how we lifted and how we went about our practices. So like I kind of had to set myself apart from everybody else and work double as hard and get a get a step on everybody else and get to where I wanted to be. And I kind of had to just put that extra work in myself
Right,
on my own time to get where I am now.
right, okay. Um, and then, um, what would be the biggest life lesson or piece of wisdom a coach has ever given to you, like following throughout your whole baseball career? Like, what would be the biggest piece of advice that somebody has ever given to you?
One of the probably honestly probably in my exit meeting with when I was at Longwood when they told me kind of that I wasn't good enough. That kind of helped me, like it kind of lit a fire under me to kind of like I know what I am, I know what I could be, and that kind of pushed me to work harder than I have ever in my life, and it's obviously paid off getting to be able to play in the Big Ten now
Right, makes
for
sense.
my last year. Like the work kind of paid off. So I think that was the biggest like advice I've ever gotten.
Right. And would you say that made your training kind of like transpire a little bit? Like, did you feel like you kind of like took initiative after that more than you were before?
Yeah, because I just feel like that kind of just showed me that what I was doing wasn't enough, and if I wanted to get where I wanted to be, that I would have to do more. So I kind of just pushed myself more, did extra work when I didn't want to, woke up when I didn't want to, and it all started to pay off eventually. So I just kept doing it.
Could you describe the difference between your training throughout like high school and then where you are now? Would you say that there's a big difference?
Yeah, for sure. Like in high school, I would just go to my team practices. I would go hit a little bit. I don't hit anymore, but I would go hit. We would go to the field, take ground balls. But it was more like doing it because I had to, not really because I wanted to do
Right,
it. I
right, right.
wanted to keep getting, you
Yeah.
know.
Now you feel like it's
So like
something that
now it's
it's
like it's
more
part of my
attainable.
daily
It's more
work to
attainable
do.
to you, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Right.
it's just what I do now. Like I wake up, I go to the gym. Like we have team lift. I stay after practice, do my extra work. I go before practice, do my early work. Like it's just what I have to do to be able to maintain and be effective at this level. Because I'm not the only one. Like everybody else is doing it.
Right.
So if you're not
Everybody there
doing
got the same goals as you, trying to get to the same place.
exactly.
Right.
So if you're not doing what everybody else is doing and more, like what's gonna separate you? You know?
Right. Makes sense. And what would you say? What would you say is the number one piece of technology, like TrackMan, Rapsodo, weighted balls, or anything like that fundamentally changed your like pitching style or like how you?
The biggest thing for me is something called impulses. So it's kind of like a rope, and I kind of do my band routine with that rope, and it helps my arm be able to obtain force. So it kind of shocks my arm.
Is that something that helps with like stability, or is that like more like a recovery thing?
It's more of a recovery and what is it called? Like it's a kind of like a shock. More like it shocks your arm to make it feel like it's constantly throwing and throwing and throwing to be able to build up strength. So when you're actually throwing, it feels way easier.
Makes sense.
So I do those a bunch every day, and it's made a big jump in my arm health and my velocity. So
that's nice. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. With all that new technology, have you ever felt like there was like any like disagreement or conflict with like numbers that the equipment told you? Did you feel like, I don't know, the equipment maybe wasn't telling the whole story about the way that your pitches or the way that your stuff is working?